2 months, I got a job. I got a huge job, and guess what? It was an insurance company, a big insurance company here in the state. And hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Vanessa. If you find yourself here, please do not forget to subscribe down below. First, before I start into this video, I just want to say thank you for everybody that's been watching my video and sharing with their friends and family. And also, please guys, when you watch the video, do not forget to like the video. Thank you, and I greatly appreciate it. So today I will jump on continuing from what I left off last time. So when I found out, I had fibroids, now everything, I felt like every symptom was developing on my body, because they were talking about constipation, they were talking about your pelvic hurting, they were talking about your stomach poking, and these are the things that I did not see when I didn't know I had any fibroids. So now I started seeing this symptom on my stomach was poking now. I was constipated. I was, oh my god. And this is why I understood everything as a human being, everything works in our mind, because all the symptoms I was developing now, I'm like, oh my god, this is why I have this is why I have this. But before, I didn't have, my stomach wasn't poking, and none of this, I didn't have anything. And I started feeling a big mass on my stomach. When I was laying down, I would like see a big mass and I press it. It was really hard, like a rock. The decision was either give birth or do a surgery. So at this point, like I stated in the last video, my only option was a surgery. This was a major surgery, not just any type of surgery, because she also proposed, I don't really know the name of it, but she said there's a tube that they push into your vagina, they suck the blood, and then it kills the fibroids. But if they do that, you will not have a kid. So if I already had children, I could have just done that. They suck all the blood in from inside, I believe it's inside your uterus, I'm not quite sure, and this fibroid will never come back again. Because remember, even when you do the surgery, fibroid might come back. So the only way for you not to have fibroids again, either you remove your uterus or you have that other sucking. There's a name for it, but I can't remember this. So I was like, nope, I don't want to do that. I think my only option here is the surgery. So she told me, okay, go ahead and think about it, and give yourself some month to make some decision. Go do your research and everything. That's when I went ahead, I did my research and everything, and I've decided that one day I was just home in my emotion. I was scared, I wasn't sure, I'm like, this major surgery, I never done surgery in my life, what could happen? Could they say your uterus could be at risk? They're telling you all these things, and then it's very scary. I'm like, God, I need you. So one day I was just home relaxing. One of my friends, I don't even call her friend, she's a sister from another mother, she called me to check up on me, to reach out. So we were talking, so I kind of like mentioned what I was going through. She's like, what, Vanessa, you're going through all this and you're just there, you're not talking to anybody, you're not reaching out to anybody to, like, assist you or be there with you? Because, like, so remember I said that I was there by myself because my sister had left Maryland back to Florida, so it was just me. I was living there all alone. And she was like, no. And then she told me, listen, the surgery, there's nothing wrong doing a surgery. If you have to go ahead and do the surgery, go ahead and do the surgery. But one thing I want us to do, I want us to go on a fast before you go ahead. If that's what God wants for you, let's do a 21-day fast. And then from there, you could schedule your surgery. You do your surgery. Because if God wants you to go into the operation room, his angel's going to be there with you. But if he's going to perform his surgery on you, that fibroid will shrink on his own. So let us just put it in God's hand and pray about it. So those words really comfort me. I was like, oh my God, thank you. She said, I'm here. Let me know when you make up your mind. We're going to do a fasting before we, you go ahead and do your surgery, if that's the case. So weeks went by and I felt pressure on my stomach, like my stomach was really poking. I was constipated. I was very uncomfortable, like, because I couldn't wear clothes the way I wanted anymore, because I kept wearing big clothes, and I'm a small girl. I'm small girl with, you see this small girl with a big stomach, because I even have a friend looking at me like, Vanessa, are you pregnant? And I'm like, no. And I was like, God, I'm just gonna do the surgery. So I just went ahead, because my OB had told me when I make up my mind, I decide to do the surgery, reach out to her. So I reached out to my OB. Or she told me, she's fully booked, she won't be able to do the surgery again. I say okay. She say she gave me a contact of another OB to contact him and schedule my surgery. So I contacted them. Unfortunately, they did not take my insurance. At the time, because I wasn't working, I had Medicaid, so they did not take Medicaid. So that was a fail. So I called my insurance. I was like, okay, I'm looking for an OB because I have this situation. I want to do a surgery, and they gave me a list of OB that takes the insurance. So mind you guys, I was sitting there. I remember that day I was in my room all day from morning to late afternoon, calling hospital, like calling this what I took. I was like, you know what, I give up. I'm not going to do the surgery. I'm just going to focus on getting a job. Because my next thing was like, at first I wanted to do my surgery, because when you do the surgery, you have 6 weeks that you have to stay home. I wanted to do my surgery before I look for work. I didn't want to look for work and then go ahead and know. And at that time I was like, you know what, let me just focus on getting my job and getting a job. Before I decided to look for a job, I decided to take a 14-day fast, which I wrote like the prayer points and the type of job that I want. Guys, it's so important when you do your fasting, you write what you want and really what you're looking for. Because my prayer was, my fasting was about getting a job and what kind of job I wanted. I wrote at the top the environment that I was looking for. So I wrote like, I want a great manager. I want a job that will have great insurance if it comes to a case that I will have to do surgery. I want a company that will provide me a great insurance. I want a great colleague. I want, an environment that will not stress me, that will understand me, that will be patient with me and stuff. So that was my prayer. I pray, and then I need to pray to God. What does he want me to do with my first seed, my first check once I get that job? Ask God, I want you to tell me what you want me to do with my first seed. So I wrote that down and I just pray. Every night I was praying, every day I was praying. And then that week on a Sunday, I went to church. And mind you, my pastor called me randomly and then he said, Vanessa, God is telling me that once you get your job, he wants you to do this with your first seed that you will receive from your job. I said, oh, wow, that's something I actually wrote in my book, that I was asking for answer, like, God, tell me what you want me to do. And he answered through my pastor, and I was there, and my pastor was like, oh, I didn't even know that. He didn't know, because I never told him that, I was even going to fight. He knew I was looking for a job, but he didn't know that I was asking God what I should do with my first seed, because I did not want to have my first seed. I wanted to do something that God wanted me to do. So he told me exactly that this is what God wants you to do. I said, okay. So I obeyed. One thing with God, when you ask God for something and he directs your path and he actually tell you what he wants from you, you must obey. It's very important. So went back, continue my fasting, and finally, by the grace of God, within 2 months I got a job. I got a huge job, and guess what, it was an insurance company, a big insurance company here in the state. And I was like, oh wow. And I have a great manager. Oh gosh, I have the most patient, understandable manager, and my colleague, the environment, everything is just, I was like, God, thank you. Like, I thank God. And I did exactly, when I got my first seat, I did exactly what he had told me to do. So this was a great opportunity for me, to get a great insurance and actually go and do my checkup, because I had stopped doing that. And when you have a situation like that with your health, trust me, you want to be on top of your checkup, your health, your doctor's appointment and all. So I had to stop the job within a month. So I had moved in with my little sister from another mother. We moved in together. And at the time when I started working, I started going to training. I signed up for the insurance and everything. And I was like, okay, I started going for my checkups. I got a new OB, and stuff like that. So she was checking, she kind of like saw my history. She saw that, okay, I have this fiber on this side and stuff like that. And she told me that if I'm prepared to do the surgery. At the time I said, yes, I think that's what I want to do. I want to do a surgery. But I wasn't going to schedule for now, because I was like, okay, I just started this job. I don't want to schedule. I don't want to be out of the job, because when you do the surgery for healing, it's up to 6 weeks. And I was like, no, I want to be at my job for at least 90 days. And from there, I could talk with my manager and go ahead schedule my surgery. So in the meantime, this girl, because she knew what I was going through, she knew that in a moment or so, within some month, I was scheduled for my surgery to actually go and get the surgery done. This girl stayed praying for me. Like, the girl prayed more than I did. Trust me. I remember there were some days I would be in my room sleeping. I would hear her pray, and then she would call my name and say, God, if it's your will for Vanessa to go into that operation room, for the doctor to perform the surgery on her, let your angel be with this doctor. Let your angel be around her. If it's your will for you to perform your own surgery on her, Father Lord, shrink that fiber on yourself. Let her not go into that operation room. That means, I tell you, and this girl, sometimes she will be on the prayer line with her pastor, and the pastor will say, I will pray for the sick, for people that, you know, that face challenges and stuff. She will like type in my name and say, oh, I want you to pray for my friend this. She will use my other name because everybody knows me as Vanessa, so she will type my other name because she was like, oh, I don't want people to know your business. So she would like type my other name, and you know, her pastor will pray for me. Like, guys, have prayerful friend in your life is so important. So sometimes I was just like, girl. To me, I was seeing something in my mom like, this girl pray more than I do. I do pray, but I wasn't even praying so much like she was. You know, the way she was praying, it's like if she was the one going to that surgery room, but it was me. So by the grace of God, the 3 months had passed. I spoke with my manager. He said, that's fine. You know, go ahead, take the days. So when I scheduled for my surgery, when I scheduled for my surgery, I put in my request, you know, the days that I'm going to be my sick time. And it was up to 6 weeks. I mean, yeah, 6 weeks. Because the doctor's note said that I was going to be out for 6 weeks. So in my mind, I was like, oh my God, I just started this job. I haven't accumulated so many PTO. I don't have enough sick time. So that means I'm not going to be, I'm not going to get paid. I thought I was just going to get paid for the first 2 weeks. But mind you guys, I got paid for the whole 6 weeks that I was home. After my surgery, I was home. So went into my surgery, I scheduled my surgery in October 2023. I went into my friend, she dropped me off at the hospital with my mother came. She, bless her heart, my mom, God bless her heart. We went to the hospital together. They did everything they performed. My mom stayed at the hospital. That one night she got stuck at the hospital. She couldn't go back because my friend had locked the keys outside. No, she had locked the keys inside the house, so she didn't have the key. So mind you guys, my mom slept at the hospital because she couldn't sleep in my room, so she slept on like those bench in the waiting room. She slept there, and in the morning she came back to my room. So my mom was there every step of the way, very supportive. And I went to that surgery room. By the grace of God, everything went well. Within a week, I was already up on my feet, because they say usually it takes some time before you go, like, you know, be up because of the cut and everything. I was already up on my feet walking. The pain wasn't too much. You know, I could, yeah, when you sneeze or probably laugh, but the pain wasn't like the way, because I watched some videos, people like, oh my God, when I laugh it hurt, when I this, mine was just so, the pain, I didn't feel the pain like that. Yes, I was uncomfortable, but the pain wasn't unbearable, like I wasn't able to like laugh or and by the grace of God, they didn't mess up with my uterus, everything, the way she cut me, because my OB was like, it's either I'm going to cut you straight, which is going to be a big thing, or cut you very small on the bottom. But she said, I will try my best because you're a young woman, and cut it small. I don't want to make a big cut on your stomach. And she actually did that. She did a small cut and everything was perfect. So it's to tell you that, guys, put your trust in God. And it's so important, the things that we do in this life. We invite God in every situation. Sometimes they say he works in our favors. When we don't even see it, God works in our favor. And God walked in my favor throughout this journey of mine, throughout this fibroid journey that I was going through, throughout my job search that I was going through. I ended up working for an insurance company who gave me a great insurance that covered my whole surgery. And we know here in the US how much the surgery be costing. Mind you, they cover everything. And I returned after 6 weeks. I was still getting paid. And I returned after my 6 weeks. I returned to work and everything was fine. Put your trust in God. God is the one that everything that you do, invite God. From even the little things in your life, everything that you do in life, invite God, because God will never fail you. God is not a human. And the impossible, God is able to make you impossible possible. God is able to make things, and the situation in our life that happen, we are not even able to explain it. Guess what? When a situation happens to your life that you're not able to explain it, know it's God. So this journey of mine, I was like, God, I see you. I see your work. I see your mighty hand and the peace. And mind you guys, one time I was on a one-on-one with my manager talking. My manager told me, Vanessa, there's something in you. You bring me so much peace when I speak with you. Like I could have crazy days at work, but when I have my one-on-one, I start talking to you, I feel so much peace. I say, God, is that you? And it was just, I was supposed to be, I was like, oh, I'm glad. So guys, do not doubt God. If you doubt God, please, I hope this testimony will touch your heart. I will bring you more testimony. This is not it, there's more. Stay tuned, and thank you so much guys for watching my video. Have a blessed day.